Alright, let's continue with more Elder Scrolls Online. I think we have to talk to Counselor Eris. Let's go talk to him and see what's up.
Customers are always welcome.
I'm surprised to see you back here, but I'm also relieved. Does this mean you have news about my daughter? Is she safe? Is she ready to come home?
Well, Vaya is safe, but she's joined the Morrowind and they're arranging a meeting.
Vaya? Joined that cult of assassins? I was afraid she'd do something rash. But what was she thinking? I don't see the Morrowind as safe, but at least she's still alive, so I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter?
Not us, just me, unfortunately. But tell me, what happened to Vaya's brother?
She won't meet with me? No, I suppose she's not ready for that quite yet. As for Vaya's brother, that was all the doing of the Vvardenfell Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Vaya is worried about.
Well, Narius said to call off the other freelancers, or she'll take Vaya and disappear.
Naryu's back in town? She's as stubborn as Vaya. Very well. No other outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Briven employs. House Vvardenfell is my life, as is Vaya. I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely.
Well, your daughter is alive. Just let me handle this, and I'll try to get her to meet with you.
As you say. No other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander. I must do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Vvardenfell. Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Vaya's safety.
Yeah, that works for me.
When next you see her, tell my daughter that I want to talk to her. Vaya can set the terms, but I expect her to stop running away when things don't go her way.
I'll convey the message, but I need to know exactly what you and Vaya argued about.
Vaya has always felt shackled by the rules of House Vvardenfell, hobbled by the many duties and obligations it presses upon its subjects. After the situation involving her brother, she decided she wanted nothing more to do with the house, or with me.
So your strict observance of rules and obligations caused this rift between you and your daughter?
That may be an oversimplification, but I suppose your statement is accurate. I walk a narrow path between House Counselor and loving father. Unfortunately, the former often supersedes the latter. That's why I want to speak to Vaya again.
Okay, I'll try to arrange a meeting as soon as I can. Alright, of faith and family, find a way to contact Vaya. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Guess that's just something we'll have to try to figure out.
You're the one who stopped Thalik from opening the portal to Oblivion.
Yeah, I'm the one. Let's see. Hlaalu Construction Syndic. Hi, Counselor Marieth. I've completed an extensive audit of our ongoing business association with the Hlaalu Construction Syndic. While it's true that they have provided us with much-needed labor and resources, and it was certainly advantageous from a fiscal point of view due to their surprisingly and now suspiciously low bid for the contract, I have uncovered a number of disquieting consequences as a result of this continuing relationship. As far as the construction of the towns of Surin and Balmora, aside from the garish use of Hlaalu architecture when the contract clearly called for the utilization of a more dignified Vvardenfell design, they did complete the work on time and on budget. However, we inadvertently provided them with a foothold beyond Seidornin. This in turn has enabled them to establish business relations with all sources of raw materials and provisions throughout Vvardenfell, giving House Hlaalu a near monopoly in these areas. Much of House Vvardenfell now buys all of its local goods through the Hlaalu aggregators. Moreover, House Hlaalu continues to expand its influence in both towns, much to the chagrin of our regional councillors. It's clear they have their eyes on these strategic locations, and I fear that they know how to conquer us through business while we instead remain vigilant against more militaristic overtures. In conclusion, I fear that in retrospect, we should never have entered into this deal with House Hlaalu. In the long run, we may have saved time and gold only to have lost the territory we so desperately require. Minoran Renin, First Clerk of House Affairs, Vvardenfell.
Well, look at that. Now you said I'd find you here, and damn it all if she wasn't right. Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger? Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Nayu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about.
Alright, where do I need to go?
Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons. Just in case it falls into the hands of House Redorin or someone else with an axe to grind with our organization.
What do I do with this?
Never had to use a map before. Amateurs. This one leads to a key to one of our safe houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town. Kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest? Well, you'll have to figure that out on your own.
Yeah, we'll try to decipher the map.
Look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redorin hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the house, and we'd rather not make matters worse.
You're part of the Morrowind too, aren't you?
Well, look at you. You're a practical genius. Look, Nayu seems to trust you, so I suppose I have to trust you too. But that's a powerful secret you've been given. Betray us, and you'll find my blade in your back. Unless Nayu kills you first.
Nah. I'm pretty sure I can take on both of you. Where have I seen this? Where have I seen this? Oh, it's right here, actually. So we're looking for the water. It has to be here somewhere. Okay, let's I've seen this place, so let's go try to find it. I'm pretty sure I can locate it. It looks like it's right here. This is it right here, it looks like. Actually, that's not the boat. Yep, there we are. There's the ladders, the ship, and yeah, we found it. Then there's behind that tree. This one's gonna be a little bit trickier. This seems like it's definitely probably outside the city. I'm not sure. We'll have to figure this one out. Yeah, but it definitely looks like it's a bit outside the city or not. This is not it right here.
Cannon level must have really impressed Lord Vivek. He was promoted to Archcanon.
I heard Lord Vivek bestowed many favors that day, even to an outlander.
I don't believe that. What outlander has ever done anything for us?
It's definitely within the city walls, so let's just head back and try to figure this one out. We're looking for a building. I think that's it right there. Let's go see. I think that's it right there.
Ha! House Talvani still keeps slaves?
It's to those lazy raiders.
I think this is it. Yep, this is it, right there. This is an abandoned cellar. We haven't been here before. I wonder.
Sorry about all the subterfuge, but we can't be too careful when it comes to security around here.
Well, can I meet with Via now?
Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Vea would very much like to meet with you. You intrigue her, and your connection to her father could prove beneficial once she knows she can trust you.
And, how do I prove she can trust me?
Redoin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths. Whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry. Vea believes the registry contains information about her brother Ald'ruhn.
So she wants me to steal the House Redoin registry.
Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You are dealing with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drono, is away, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Okay, we'll steal the registry. First, let's look at this. Yeah, we read Brave Little Scrib. I wonder where this is, though. It's right underneath this house, so...
Cannon level must have really impressed Lord Vivek. He was promoted to Archcanon.
I heard Lord Vivek bestowed many favors that day, even to an outlander.
Actually, forget caught lockpicking this. We could get...
Outlander has ever done anything for us.
We'll get a bounty on our heads. You are in a restricted area, so anybody who sees us will add a bounty to our heads, unfortunately. Veteran Templar. Can we just kill these guys? Unfortunately, this is what happens when you send someone from the Brotherhood to do a job. If somebody gets in the way, unfortunately, we have to eliminate them. I'm sure Naryu didn't have that in mind when she sent us to get this. That's the guard right there.
Good thing I never complain.
Yeah, it's just a soldier. Oh, she got away just in time. Okay, that should give us time to steal and get out quietly. House Redderun Registry. Okay, commendation. Sergeant Illerith. For actions beyond the call of duty during the recent data intrusion at Kwama Mine B37. Important note, the Nords have sent a representative from their cultural exchange to facilitate worship and understanding between our people. Please provide Ambassador Rigger every possible courtesy in this endeavor, no matter how odd his behavior may seem. The following members of the House Guard have completed officer training: Freya, Dotharsi, Rivarni, and Bayan. Leonard DeVell, recent graduate of the Shadastul Academy, has been assigned to the Redderun Investigation Commission. She is bright and talented and will make a great addition to our intelligence gathering organization. We should be wary of her wild tales of exploding shadow clucks, however, just as a precaution. Exile. For conduct unbecoming of a Redderun officer and a noble, by order of the Redderun High Council, Captain Ald'ruhn Relith has been stripped of his rank and exiled from House Redderun and Tribunal territory. Okay, Brivin Malrum has been promoted to captain of our Western forces in light of the recent dismissal of Ald'ruhn Relith. Ashlander incidents. Incidents continue to mount concerning Ashlander unrest among the tribes occupying the wilderness beyond Balmora. Captain Brivin has hired the mercenary band known as Ferahaz Warclothes to assist the Redderun military as necessary. Okay, we have to bring the registry to Nayu now. The question is, how do we get out? Let's just wait for him to come. Once he turns back, we'll just sink our delicious blade into his back. Interesting, he doesn't see the Daedra, I guess. Sorry, but had to do that. We've read Dark Elves, Dark Hearts. Truth in Sequence, Volume 6, we've read that. There is an old lady back there in the kitchen, but we don't need to mess with her, so let's just go. My only question though, the guard that we killed up here, did he respawn? No.
Still alive, I see. And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redderun dungeon. Good for you. Were you able to acquire the registry? And does it contain any information about Thea's brother, Ulron?
Yeah, the book mentions that he was exiled and stripped of his rank.
Ulron was exiled? That can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a counselor. Why in oblivion would House Redderun banish one of their brightest stars?
That's what it says in the registry.
I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. So I suppose I should let you meet with Vea now.
Alright, where is she?
There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. Vea's supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside.
Thank you.
Get to the swamp and find Vea. She's eager for any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero. She has enough distractions as it is.
Well, first of all, this place looks comfortable, so why would Vea hide out in the swamp?
Vea would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds, not to mention the proximity to all things House Redrun. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble over her.
Well,
Don't
thanks.
thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and you'll never see my blade before it plunges into your heart.
Oh, that's cool. I thought we were friends, so do you know Vea's brother?
Well enough. Ald'ruhn and Vea used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a nick sound growing up.
Doesn't being in the Morag tongue make such relationships difficult, though?
It's not like personal relationships are against the rules, though I suppose they are sort of frowned upon. Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vvardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older.
And you don't think Ald'ruhn could do something terrible enough to warrant exile?
Anything's possible, but the Ald'ruhn I know holds honor above all else. I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened.
Hopefully we'll do that. Let's go to the cave, where she's hiding.
Sure it's Vea? House Redrun isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. We have the kitten scent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferrara. Just make sure she doesn't get out. The Counselor's lackey. I understand you've made significant progress in your search for Vea. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole ordeal will be over soon, and then you can be on your way, Outlander.
Over, what makes you say that?
My mercenaries have spotted Vea skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's war claws, the Counselor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound.
What do you know about Ald'ruhn's exile?
Vea's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few.
So he killed a Redrun soldier?
Ald'ruhn always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redrun life. The Council didn't agree with his assessment. This will all be over as soon as Ferhara finds Vea.
Who are Ferhara's war claws?
Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race, Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster our forces. Between obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redrun is spread thin of late.
Okay, well, Counselor Eris hired me to find his daughter, and that's what I plan to do.
As you say, Ferhara's war claws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
Ferhara assumes the Counselor's minions will not present a problem.
Well, I would love to get into a fight with a squad of elite Khajiits.
Ha!
Stupid Warclaw. By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that. If you're working with those mercenaries, I assure you, you won't take me without a fight.
Well, I'm working with Naryu. I have information concerning your brother.
Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned. But the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. There's a cave to the northeast. We can talk there.
Okay, lead on.
Unfortunately, there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave. I was going to try and sneak past them, but every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent.
Guess we'll have to deal with the Warclaws ourselves and get her to the cave.
You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws? I'm impressed. Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me.
Okay, I'll see you in the cave shortly.
Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
Well, I guess we get to fight an elite squad of
Smell the
Khajiits.
dark elf, kitten. Looks like we're the first ones here.
Let's flay this outsider!
They keep getting stronger and stronger. Oh, no, you don't. That was a whole ton of enemies to fight through. Okay, so let's try to find the cave. Alright, before we talk to Via, we're more than half an hour in, so we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Elder Scrolls Online.